Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Lum Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. And salutations to the true and sincere Akim that's out there preaching and teaching this truth and truth and sincerity. This is the brother Tazayar coming from Great Millstone, Indiana Camp in Gary, here with another sit-down lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And this is a lesson going into the cruelty of Esau Edom, man. You know, there's a lot of things that's going on in the world, you know, to report. And one of the reports is, you know, the cruelty that Esau Edom is showing our people. All right. And this is only the beginning, because the scriptures talk about Jacob's trouble and how it's going to be a day like none before, a day of darkness. All right. And, you know, the scriptures talk about there's going to be sedition among men, you know, and neighbors rioting against neighbors, and Egyptian against Egyptian, and cities against cities, and countries against, like, you know. So without further ado, man, you know, we're here to report these things. All right. We're here to report these things according to the scriptures. And I got a couple of videos queued up, you know, to give an example, to show that this is not our arrest, man. And Jake better wake the fuck up, because there's no finding peace here in Babylon the Great for our people, man. Our rest and our peace comes by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And that's the only way that we're going to be in rest and peace. All right. It's through the establishment of the kingdom of heaven. It's through Yahweh Shai coming down here and getting rid of the kingdom that's currently at hand, ruled by the wicked. All right. Which will be the so-called white man, which in the Bible, he is Esau Edom. All right. So without further ado, I'm exercising my First Amendment, you know, freedom of speech, freedom of writing, freedom of journalism. All right, this is a copyright disclaimer. This is not I am not profiting off of this. This is for educational purposes. All right. So without further ado.
Was lynched. A second grader was lynched by his fourth grade white classmate who said he was going to teach him what happens to black people. 3 days ago in Raleigh, North Carolina, there was a man lynched in the middle of the day, in the middle of the KKK headquarters, Raleigh, North Carolina. We still don't know who he is, right? Black and BIPOC people are being hunted in the United States. Please, I'm literally begging you, get on one of my free Move Abroad coaching live streams. There's one happening today and Sunday, 6 p.m. Paraguay time. I've got time conversions about that in my stories, but please, you have to get on the United States. You guys are being actively hunted. Why are we still living in a country that hates you, is trying to kill you?
Because Jake is a homeborn slave, man. As the scripture says, you know, and the atrocities that's happening to our people, and yet, you know, that lion is still not roused up in them. But pretty soon, man, you're not going to have a choice. All right, because this is all a psyop to get Esau Edom what he want, and that's that order out of chaos. He's trying to make Jake rile up, all right, to go against him in a carnal way, so he can have the means and the justification to do our people more harm than what he's already doing. But if you sit down and don't do nothing, yeah, you're going to be, you know, hunted, as this lady just said, regardless. So we really need the Lord, man.
It's a horrible life, unaffordable, unsustainable.
And most Jake can't even leave the country because this devil has created a system where if you caught anything of a felony in his society, that he's able to restrict your rights to crossing over the border. All right. So yeah, this devil has definitely, did what he can to put Jake back into captivity in a country of bondage. All right. So for those of you, Jake, who are trying to run out of the country, man, it's not gonna be an escape anyways, man. Jacob's trouble and World War III and everything that's to come to pass, man. Everyone's gonna experience this the coming of Yahweh Shai. Okay.
Please, I offer my services to you for free. I will help you. If you have no money, you have $2 in your bank account, no job, no credit, no...
Georgia, Mississippi, Florida, North Carolina. Hangings with young babies, young kids found hung with fucking army ropes, army ties. What fucking black person does on their free time army ties like that? And public fucking places. Especially being hung in fucking public places. Nobody does that. Kyle Basinga was found in a fucking suburb. High, 20 feet high with an army tie. Who the fuck drives out 20 miles, 10 miles and hangs themselves in a suburb with rich folks? Nobody fucking does that. Juliana Ambanitsa, a little 16-year-old, that little baby girl. There's no fucking way in hell to do an army tie like that in front of a church. On a freaking holy-ass church. That's a symbol. That was a symbol. Tanaya Nicole Miller out of Florida. Everything to lose in this world. Her sister, her best friend. No trace of depression, no addiction, no boyfriend problems, no crazy-ass ex. Found hung in Florida. Sister's still wondering, what the fuck? I just spoke to her. In a public place. I'm telling you guys, you don't fucking hang yourself in a public place with rope, army ties. Gerard J. Jackson out of Michigan. Hung high. Same thing, army ties. Who the fuck even knows how to do an army tie? I don't. Do you? I don't. Found behind a police station. No one in their right mind would even want to go near a fucking police station on a public road. Never mind fucking have their most intimate self hung. That was the most obvious fucking homicide, dismissed as no suspicion. Mississippi, baby girl in Mississippi, Tazia Fortune. She was found so fucking high, bro. They had to go call the MS, the fire department, to get their ladder. Bitch. On a vacant house, in a vacant fucking public house. That pisses me the fuck off, because that is so obvious. Again, dismissed as no foul play. No fucking kid is gonna go 20, 30 feet up and fucking hang themselves professionally like that. No. Bro, I hate Mississippi. If you live there and you're black, you're fucking brave. You're Trey Reed. Okay, this handsome kid, fucking handsome baby boy, 21 years old, whole world ahead of him, did it in a public campus place. Same thing, army ropes. Fucking public is F. In a public campus. Nobody's going to go hang themselves in their fucking public campus yard where thousands of students cross by. No. Trey Reed. The whole world ahead of him. Soraya Henderson, Florida. She was found behind a Dollar Tree on another public road. A fucking Dollar Tree on a rope. What's up with these fucking ropes? What's up with public places and public roads? All these beautiful babies were found in really super public places. And me coming from a background where my sister, my favorite fucking sister in the world, hung herself almost 3 years ago, we do not hang ourselves in public fucking places like that. My baby sister hung herself in her bedroom in the closet. My childhood best friend hung himself underneath the bed on top of with the shirt. Bunk bed, he was on the bottom and he just literally laid down. My cousin, who I take as my sister, our moms are sisters, we look the same. She hung herself behind my house, just with her shirt too. She just took her shirt off and just leaned against the tree. We don't fucking hang ourselves in public ass roads and places, but never mind a fucking Dollar Tree or a police station. We don't do that. We do it privately. If we're gonna do it, we do it in the bathroom, our private bathrooms or our private bedrooms. We don't fucking hang ourselves in public places. who have their whole fucking life ahead of themselves. No history of addictions, no crazy rack record. Really, literally living their life. No mental health issues, just living their life. Babies. All in these states. Things are not self-inflicted. I've worked with suicidal ass kids and adults my whole entire career. These are all murders. And how disgusting, how dismissive that the media is. Shame on you. Shame on you, Miami Herald, AGC News. None of these fucking news places are covering these kids dying, getting murdered. It's almost a pandemic. And you know what? I honestly think it's the government. I think it's the government, because at this time we're supposed to stick together and go all against the motherfucking government at this time. And I think they're just doing it government-wise for race wars. That's what I honestly think. To be that brave to murder in public like that, sounds like an inside job to me. Spreading this.
And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, she's not wrong to believe that, because that's exactly what it is. All right? It's exactly what it is, man. And that's why the Lord has told us to come out here and to do what, man? Prophesy against Esau, Edom, man. All right? And I'm going to start off with this right here. This is Ezekiel chapter 35. I'm going to start at the top. And it reads, moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Mount Seir is a representation of Esau, Edom, because that is the homeland of Esau, Edom. All right. So yeah, Mount Seir is more so a people, which is Esau. And saying to it, thus saith Yahweh the power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy city waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. And why is the Lord going to do this, man? Because you see what this devil is doing? You see how he's even, Jake thought that slavery was over with. You're not out of slavery, man. We're still in those times, man. What do you think employment is? All right, well, you got to go to work to make a living, and you got to put in so many amount of hours. It's the same thing. All right. Instead, we're not in shadow slavery where, the devil is just blatantly, well, yeah, he is whipping it and killing you in public. So, yeah, there's truly no difference. The only thing is he's just not providing everything for you while living under his roof. It's more, it's a union thing now, Everyone have their own, place of residency and things like that. But you're working your ass off to pay off all of these things. Ain't nothing in Babylon the Great free for the people, man. Especially not healthcare or anything like that. And he don't give a damn if you're struggling. Verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end, and they said perpetual hatred. So that means this devil could literally have Alzheimer's disease and still remember that he don't like us as a people. He can lose all his memories and still understand or know deep down in his spirit that he don't like the so-called black man. That's a perpetual hatred, even to the point where there's a fourth grader, a fourth grade Edomite hanging a second grade little Israelite baby. That's perpetual because it comes from out of the womb, that hatred that they have for us, man. Verse 6, therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh the power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So don't think for 1 second that this devil is not going to get what's coming to him, man. See, the Lord, Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai is just in all ways, man. All right? And he's going to give us our revenge, Hey, we the ones that put ourselves in this position, But the Lord is going to be the one to deliver us out of this. We we went a whoring, we went astray from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, but you know, he said he was gonna come back for us, man. This is Isaiah 47. And I'm gonna start at start at 6. And this is the Lord. He said, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And yeah, man, you got old folks out here, man, that you can't retire in Babylon the Great until you're about 70 now. I think that's like the new retirement age, man. It's 70. You know? And especially upon the backs of Jake. You know, we have no rest here, man. Our people are struggling here in every aspect. And right now, you know, where I'm teaching at, where I'm staying at, Gary, Indiana, man, there's been a power outage going on for about 10 days now. 9 days today, but 10 days in a couple of minutes, man. And you know, there's no press about that. There's no national coverage on that, man. Why? Because this devil, he don't love us. He don't care about us. His mission and goal in life is to destroy us. All right? That's what this devil does, man. His mission and his goal is to put us to the sword. You know? But hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua once again said that he was going to turn all that around. All right, and put that upon them. And this is what we're looking forward towards, man. You know, this is Psalms 137, and I'm going to start at the top. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. I'm not going to lie. When I first woke up in the truth, man, I was reading this here passage. I really started crying. Because I could see the hurt on my people, you know, knowing that we wasn't supposed to be here, knowing how we was being treated. You know, these slavery scriptures is one of the things that woke me up in this truth, you know. And the vengeance of have vengeance over our enemies, man. You know, to know that the Lord was coming back for us and that he was going to fight for us, man, it gave me hope. You know, and our people, we need that. We need hope to know that the Lord loves us and that he's not just allowing this devil to do whatever he wants with us. Verse 2, we hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof, for there they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. That's what they did, man. They had us performing, shucking and jiving, man, just to entertain them, going into our homes and taking our wives out of the bed next from us and giving them to one of our guests, or coming into our homes and laying with our wives right next to us, man. You know, violating. You know, just so Jake would stay alive, man. Jake couldn't even speak unless this devil will hang you or beat you to death with a whip, boil you in hot water, you know, all type of things, man. This devil, he's always been cruel and unmerciful, you know. It says, verse 4, how shall we sing Yahweh's song in a strange land? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. And that's what happened. We forgot who we were because they whipped and beat that up at us. You know, if I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. It says, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, raise it goes into destruction, man. Raise it goes into destroying us, bringing us down low. You know, they was scoffing, they was laughing at us, man. You know? It says, O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. And that's what's coming for Esau Edom, for the violence that he's done unto Israel. Yahweh Shemel Shai said, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Because what did they do to our babies, man? They took them straight from their mother's arms after being born and put them little babies in swamp water and allowed them to scream and cry for an alligator to come and snatch them up. And they did all other type of things too, man. You know, they played games like put little babies, facing holes and throw baseballs at them as hard as they could, or play whack-a-mole with Jake. Big ass mallets and shit like that, man. Making entertainment out of our suffering. This damn devil, man. Hey, but the Lord, he's going to turn all of that around. All right. As it says here, this is Revelation chapter 13 and 9, and it reads, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And I know this was a quick lesson, man, but look, the Lord said he's going to avenge us for the violence that was done upon his people. And he hasn't forgotten us, man. And these are just a couple of scriptures that I thought about. Matter of fact, let me grab this Revelation 18 too. Because there's plenty more, man. The Lord is really going to have our back. This is Revelations, and you know what? Those that's in the sky, man, that's with the Lord, they crying. They crying. They're in the ears of the Lord saying, how long, Lord, will you allow this devil to continue to do this to us? And the Lord is going to come down, man. He's going to come down in anger. He's going to come down in wrath. Because of the evil that was done upon us, man. This is Revelations chapter 18. I'm gonna start at 5. Matter of fact, 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. And that's a possessive noun. That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the power hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she has rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled to her double. And the Lord is basically saying, like, hey, what she's done it to us, Babylon the Great, Esau Edom, the ruler thereof, rewarding to them double, man. And that's what's going to happen. The Lord is going to reward it to them double for the way that these devils tried to destroy us, man. We will have vengeance. We will overcome, man. The Lord will avenge us, man. That's why it's so important to know who your enemy is out here. Because Jake be so quick to be out here taking one another's lives, man, which they programmed us to do so, But hey, look at who your enemies are for real. Look at who these people are that's out here that's really out for us, man. Now, I'm not saying do anything because the Lord said vengeance is his. So we're not doing anything carnally. But stay prayed up, be in the spirit for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, our protection. And I pray for protection with all the brothers and sisters that's listening and your families, man, that's listening. May Yahweh Hashem Yahushua be with the true and sincere believers, man. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, worship, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rikakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone who do rule well, and salutations to the true and sincere Akim that's out here preaching and teaching his truth and truth and sincerity. With that, I want to say shalom and a bar. Now y'all know why we really hate this place, why we can't wait for the Lord to come back and reset order in this world, man. Shalom.